And welcome back to Cedar Rapids, Iowa in the 2022 NCAA Division III Baseball Championships. It's Game 2 on Day 1. Wisconsin-Stevens Point, the Pointers, getting set to take on the defending national champs in D3, the Salisbury Seagulls out of Maryland. Here's the bracket so far. Marietta, the number 1 seed, showing it. In Game 1, played this morning, a 7-0 shutout over Catholic from the Washington, D.C. area. So now the winner here will get the Pioneers in the winner's bracket. The loser will face an elimination game tomorrow.
7th straight year we've used that format. This is Pool A. Marietta, the top seed overall in the tournament, the top seed in this pool as well. These teams are seeded 4 and 5. Actually, looking at that whole bracket, there's 6 ranked teams among the 8 here. And this obviously the most even matchup with the Salisbury, the defending champ, the 4 seed against Stevens Point, the 5 seed. Both these teams can mash. You can see the pitcher of the year in Division III starting for Salisbury, and Stevens Point with a real formidable lineup.
Bauman, the left fielder, Simmons, the right fielder, Nelson, the center fielder for the Pointers, followed by Comer, the third baseman, in the cleanup spot. Lutke's the DH, Boost, the second baseman, Henwood, the first baseman, Finger, the catcher, and Matson is the shortstop. That is the batting card for the Pointers, and Nat Richter, a former Pointer himself in his second season, has Stevens Point back in the College World Series.
Collectively, Stevens Point hits .321 as a team. They've smacked 80 home runs. They've scored 131 runs in 10 postseason games, so they're raking the ball at the right time of year, but they'll get a real test in Atkins today, who's, again, the pitcher of the year in Division III. Jimmy Atkins is a senior, 5'10", 175 pounds, out of Del Mar, Maryland, and nobody's been better this year than Atkins.
Atkins takes a moment behind the mound. Number 1, as Bill mentioned, number 1 pitcher in all the land in Division III. First team All-American, and the numbers are microscopic.
6-1 on the year with a 1.38 ERA. He's had 3 saves. We'll give you his full numbers after the first pitch.
And the first pitch fouled off by Matt Bauman. Underway here in game number 2.
In the year, Atkins has pitched 78 innings, allowed just 51 hits, 12 runs. He's walked 7, struck out 78. And opponents have hit but 183 against his right-hander.
And Stevens Point, we touched on it during the Marietta Catholic game, but these Pointers, they knocked off Wisconsin-Whitewater on their home field in Whitewater in the Super Regional to get here. Won both games 1 and 2, didn't need a third. And Whitewater highly ranked all season long. Pointers didn't flinch. 2-2 to the leadoff man, Bauman.
Bauman on the year hitting .313 with a homer, 28 RBIs.
And Atkins comes in tight. Dugout wanted it. Count goes full. .3-2 on the way. Just got a piece to stay alive. Defense for the Seagulls is Cameron in left, Castor a good one in center, and Hyder in right. Around the diamond, Weddle at third, Rice at short, Campbell at second, and Rahill over at first. Ferentz is the catcher. Ball 4. A walk for Bauman. Boy, did he work to get that one, and he deserves it.
Bauman on the year, 36 walks, and a .419 on base percentage. He's a threat to steal. 7 of 9 in stolen base attempts, but the way they mash, they don't run as much as you might think. 72 of 87 on the year collectively in 48 games. So they steal a basic bag.
And here's one of those mashers. Aaron Simmons, 20 home runs on the year, .366 average. He's a second-team All-American. Simmons, a terrific year.
.366 average, 20 home runs among the nation's leaders, knocked in 62. Led the conference last year with 13 homers.
1-1 to Simmons.
This is his 6th year. This is an older Stevens Point team. They benefited from the extra year of eligibility that the NCAA allowed because of COVID. So these are older guys. They're more mature. They're bigger. They're stronger, and they can hit.
And we get a lot of noise in the ballpark here.
Yep.
Both teams, both the Seagulls and the Pointers have traveled well here. There's a strike, 2-2.
Stevens Point the closest in proximity to Cedar Rapids, probably about a 4.5-hour drive from the middle of Wisconsin to here, the eastern part of Iowa.
2-2. Checked his swing, almost got handcuffed and checked in time, so the count is full.
Ken Atkins didn't walk many people. He's thrown more balls than strikes here. 7 of his first 12 pitches have been for balls. So maybe tournament jitters.
Ripped. Fair ball on the right field line. Raheel couldn't handle it. Simmons digging for second. Bauman being waved home. Cut off. He's in. Throw to third. Not in time. Back in the bag in time. And Stevens Point strikes first.
Third triple of the year for Simmons. It knocks in a run. Raheel has played awfully well defensively, but I think he should have made this play. Instead, it gets by him into the right field corner, and then everybody runs all day. For Raheel, he's only had 1 error the last 2 years, but he didn't make that play, and the end result is a run-scoring triple for Aaron Simmons, his 63rd RBI of the year. Point strikes early.
1-0 Stevens Point. Peyton Nelson, the batter, goes after the first pitch.
Nelson, another masher, 340 in the year, 10 homers, 48 knocked in.
Missing, 1-1.
The walk comes around to score on Atkins again. He's only walked 7 guys all season coming in this tournament, but he walked Bauman, and Simmons makes him pay for it with the triple.
Atkins deals the 2-1. It's a chopper. Third base side. Weddle comes home, and the tag applied. They get Simmons at the plate. Great play on both ends. Weddle to Ferens. Keeps it 1-0.
Well, Troy Brohan plays the infield back, except at the corner. Weddle comes in, makes a play, keeps his poise, makes a throw. It's a little wide, but the catcher, Ferens, bails him out and puts the tag on Simmons. Broke on contact, and they snuff out the runner at the plate.
Saw Simmons looking back, having some words. No real hard contact there. Ferens grabbed that baseball and then brought it back, and the tag on the behind. So it stays 1-0. Comer, the batter. Bradley hitting .355. Takes a rip. Slams it into the plexiglass behind home plate. (0-2) to Bradley. Nelson over at first base. Missing 1-2. You talked a couple batters ago about Atkins. Maybe some jitters, maybe too amped up. I mean, this is how he pitches. It's his style.
But again, he pitched here last year, so you think he's a tournament veteran. But we're all human. And
to second for 1. Relay in time, double play. That will help Atkins and the Seagulls settle in. They give up a run, but no more. Bottom of the first, the defending national champs will swing the sticks. Batting card, boy, a lot of these names are familiar. A lot of these guys were here last year when they won it all. Hyder, the right fielder, followed by Campbell, the second baseman. Castor, the center fielder, bats third. Rice, the shortstop, in the cleanup spot. Then Rayhill, the first baseman. Farron's the catcher. Cameron, the left fielder. Adams is a designated hitter, batting eighth. And Waddell is the third baseman. He bats ninth. Schultz is on the mound, a right-hander, Bill Brophy.
J.D. Schultz, 3-3 on the year, the .503 earned run average. This is 14th appearance, his 12th start. 53 2/3 innings. Schultz has allowed 54 hits. He's allowed 30 earned runs. Walked 30, struck out 56. Opponents have hit 261 against J.D. Schultz.
And before Hyder steps in, the defense for the Pointers is Bauman in left, Nelson in center, Simmons in right, Comer's at third, Matson at short, Boos over at second, and Henwood is the first baseman. Fingers the catcher for the right-hander Schultz. Seagulls step in, trailing by a run here in the defense of their national championship.
Schultz went 5 innings, struck out 7 against Whitewater last weekend in the Super Regional. Probably has the best arm on the staff. A legitimate breaking ball.
Pounds a strike there, 1-1. Comer, the third baseman, toes on the infield grass, anticipating a possible bunt coming his way. Outside 2-1.
Schultz, a local kid out of Stevens Point, 6 feet, 190 pounds. He's a sophomore.
Lifted foul. The umpires for game 2 this afternoon. Sam Kea is behind home plate calling balls and strikes. Jerry Burrish at first. Ben Williams, the crew chief, is at second base, and Toby Formiller is over at third. Swing and a miss. Outside the zone, and Hyder chased it. Schultz gets his first K of the afternoon.
The 5th strikeout of the year for Cam Hyder, but you're right. He wasn't very disciplined there and went chasing on the pitch. Obviously a ball. As a team, Salisbury hits .305 collectively. They've hit 38 home runs. They do like to run. 123 stolen bases. That's the most in the tournament. So when they get on, Troy Braun likes to pressure the defense.
Here's Patrick Campbell hitting second for the Gulls.
90 hitter. Homer, 20 knocked in the year.
Chopper down the line. Comer charges, throws, got him. 2 away.
Played by the third baseman.
And now Kavi Castor. Boy, we saw plenty of him in 2021 here in Cedar Rapids, Bill. This kid is a really good-looking player. First-team All-American.
Well, he's athletic. Again, he looks like a ball player. He got great bat speed. He can run. 29 stolen bases, hitting .428 with 12 homers, 61 RBIs. Got a 1,000 OPS.
And covers a ton of ground in center field.
Yeah, he's just a good player. Hit .363 last year.
Schultz gets ahead, 0-1. Getting looks to play at the next level is Castor. Two and one to Castor with the bases empty. Goes after it, fouls it. So 2-2 the count. On the way from Schultz. Upstairs, 3-2. By the way, that triple by Simmons to bring in the run, that was his conference record, 17th career triple. Strike 3 called. Castor frozen at the dish. What a job by Schultz in the first. A pair of Ks and heading back to the dugout. The bats come back out for the Pointers, leading 1-0. Ladies and gentlemen, put your tray tables back up into the upright position. We'll be landing in Cedar Rapids shortly.
Good view of the second largest city in the state of Iowa, the county seat to Lynn County.
Is Des Moines the biggest?
Yeah.
Okay. Geography lesson over.
I didn't know we were giving a tour of the town. I saved this for later in the tournament, but I've now brought out my Cedar Rapids information so I can sound like we know what we're talking about.
Well, more opportunities. Our crew, our terrific crew here in Iowa, giving us all the drone footage to give you a better perspective of things. Cameron's in left and makes the catch out there to retire Lutke, the designated hitter. One away here in the second.
High sky today. It's a beautiful day. Wind has died down. It's not a factor. But there ain't a cloud in the sky, which is tough on outfielders at times.
Number 22.
Cameron stayed with it to easily retire Lutke to start the second.
There's Jacob Boos, second baseman. And the Boo Birds come out. They're from the Stevens Point fans. But that's an affectionate boo. All the love for number 22.
Jacob Boos came from Littleton, Colorado to get booed at Stevens Point, and now in Cedar Rapids.
Tries to go the other way. Shortstop Rice is there. Snap throw to first. And there's 2 away.
So Rice in this tournament last year, he can pick it a little bit. At the big room service hop there to throw out Boos. 2 quick outs for Atkins, who survived the shaky start, it appears, and's in a groove.
The first baseman, number 37, Quinn.
And now Quinn Henwood takes a strike. Henwood is an Appleton product. Was a longtime host of this Division III State Baseball Championship.
Henwood's a .250 hitter. 3 homers, 30 RBIs. Talk about Appleton and how nice job they did for 20 years hosting this tournament. Guy who kept the trains running on time, doing all the work there. Kennan Tinn's retiring the end of next month, and boy, he certainly helped out a lot of people in the NCAA to run this tournament.
Yes, he did. Shout out to Kennan back in Oshkosh. Hey, how about Atkins settling in 1-2-3 frame to get the Pointers and keep this game 1-0, middle of 2. Efficient first inning for J.D. Schultz. Now he'll face Rice, the shortstop, Ray Hill, the first baseman, and Ferentz, the catcher.
Steven Rice leading off. And we saw a lot of him last year. He's a good player. Plays the heck out of shortstop, but pretty good hitter as well. Second team all-region shortstop.
Leading off the bottom of the second.
51 hitter with 6 homers, 44 RBIs. Leads off against Schultz.
And a first pitch strike from Schultz. To his counterpart at short, Metzen. Got him. We do have replay here. Coaches can challenge plays. Umpires can also initiate it if they please. We'll take a look first.
Metzen, who's had his defensive troubles this year, throws out his counterpart Rice to start the second.
I would say out by a half a step.
Even the umpires agreed. We didn't have a challenge in the first game. Maybe that's one of the reasons it only lasted 2 hours and 21 minutes.
It was a snappy game 1.
That's due in part to no challenges, but also the work of Trent Valentine to combined with Sam Matthews in a 4-hit shutout. Valentine went 8 innings, struck out 8. Well played with tilt. Marietta looked very much like the #1 seed in the tournament.
Here's Sky Rayhill. Great baseball name. First baseman for the Gulls.
Rahal with a good eye. He's got more walks than strikeouts. Hitting .314 with 44 RBIs this year.
It's that one to the left. Triangle of players over there, and the shortstop Matson goes and gets it. Matson for out number 2.
So it's getting ahead of hitters, making them hit his pitch. He retired the first 5 Salisbury hitters.
The catcher, number 28, Jacob Ferentz.
Now Jacob Ferentz. Strike.
This is a junior from Mount Airy, Maryland. This Salisbury team made up primarily of Maryland natives. Ferentz a .274 hitter.
Another play for Matson. Going to try to bounce it over and got it with a scoop by Henwood on the backside.
Nice play by the first baseman to bail out the shortstop. That's a tough play. Matson goes in the hole, doesn't make a very good throw, but Henwood picks it, bails him out, and ends the inning.
Bill, downtown Cedar Rapids.
It's the home to the Cedar Rapids Museum of Art, the National Czechoslovak Museum and Library, the Paramount Theater, and the Orchestra of Iowa.
And the Cedar Rapids Colonels, as you can tell.
Yeah, that's where we are.
Class A affiliate of the Minnesota Twins. A lot of great ball players have played here in Cedar Rapids over the decades.
126,326 people are listed to live in Cedar Rapids.
Here's Kyle Finger, the catcher, to kickstart the 3rd inning for Point. Down 0-2 in the count. Salisbury, just a quick refresher on 2021. They became the first team since Trinity, Texas, who we'll see this year as well. In 2016, that's when Trinity last did it, to go undefeated in the NCAA tournament. Not as easy as you would think.
No.
And especially with this format, to survive that format as Finger goes down swinging. But Salisbury did it, and that was what made their national championship even more impressive.
No, they were good. Troy Brohan's their coach, former big leaguer.
The shortstop,
7th year at the helm for the Seagulls.
One up, one down. Matson, the shortstop. It's 3:04.
They go into this tournament with a disadvantage. I mean, Atkins is dealing after the shaky start, but they are without Jackson Balzan, who's been either their 1 or 2 starter. He broke his hand and is unable to pitch in this tournament.
And there's a base hit from the number 9 hitter, Manson. Yeah, to be sure, that really dinged the depth of the Seagulls.
Well, Balzan was the MVP of this tournament last year.
Yeah.
And again, got hurt late in the year. He's not available. 5-2 on the season with a .245 ERA. So their 1-2 punch of Balzan and Atkins are pretty formidable, but you lose half of that. It's, they're going to have to ask somebody who hasn't done it to perform well the next 5 days. Atkins here to the second time through the order at Stevens Point.
Yep. Bauman leads off after leading off with a walk and scoring the runs so far in this contest. He's back in there with Matson over at first. And a throw over gets away. Matson down to second. So a miscue there on the fire over by Atkins.
Both the errors we've seen in this tournament have come from pitchers. Waylaid pickoff attempts. Otherwise, it's been a pretty cleanly played tournament.
E1 if you're scoring on the throw by Atkins. So Matson now at second base. Bauman sitting 0-1. Goes after it. Shallow center. Castor will try to get there, and we told you he covers a lot of ground and does just that.
Comes Castor, gets a good jump on the ball. You can see the wind's blowing pretty strongly from left to right. Castor stays with it and makes a nice play to get the second out in the 3rd inning.
Right fielder number 1, Aaron Simmons.
So 2 away. Simmons, who drove in that first run in the first with a triple. Try to look for a base knock here to make it 2-0. Strike 1 to him.
Simmons has had a nice career. He's all-region performer in 2019. Again this year. He's out of Franklin, Wisconsin, which is suburban Milwaukee. 5'9", 195 pounds.
Really good high school program, the Franklin Sabres. And Atkins doing his part, gets ahead of this dangerous hitter. Oh, 0-2 with Matson taking his lead out at second. They set up outside and it comes inside. Simmons tried to make him pay.
This guy's a good hitter. Stevens Point's got some big boys.
Way upstairs, tried to get in the chase. He doesn't. It's 1-2.
Simmons got a good eye. He's walked 43 times. That's a team high.
Could be trouble. But Castor gets there. My goodness. Saving a run, but routine for that young man in center field, who goes all the way to left center to track it down and keep this game at 1-0 Stevens Point. J.D. Schultz back out there. Still with a 1-0 lead are the Stevens Point Pointers. He'll face 7, 8, and 9 here in the bottom of the third.
He's retired the first 6 hitters he's faced. Feel cheated we didn't get to continue our tour of Cedar Rapids via the drone.
Oh, there'll be more.
Okay.
There'll be more opportunities. Pilot Alec flew all over the ballpark and the greater Cedar Rapids metro area. So we'll give you all the flavor.
Leading off the bottom of the third, left fielder number 32, Scott Cameron.
Scott Cameron kick-starts the bottom of the third for the Seagulls.
Never understood this, but they call Cedar Rapids the city of 5 seasons.
Yes.
Did we figure that out past visits here?
Yes, as Cameron gets a base hit to right to start it off. I found this out last year, okay?
Yeah, I think you followed up on it.
Now there's the joke version. Let's look at Cameron again. The joke version that I was told is that you have the regular 4 seasons, and then you have road construction season. That's the 5th.
And I noticed that near my hotel.
Right, right. But it actually has to deal with like the festival season. Like there's between the summer and the fall, when they attract tourists and the locals come out and they enjoy the beautiful weather and the offerings that it has. That's considered a season of itself.
Well, this is a Chamber of Commerce day.
It really is.
Temperatures in the mid-70s. Low humidity. Again, the wind's kicked up a little, blowing out the right. But it's a beautiful day. Great day for these players to play ball.
Oh, no doubt. Tournament will return here in 2023 as well.
Cameron is a threat to run at first. That's why Schultz throwing over there. He's 15 of 18 in stolen base attempts this year.
Adams squares, pulls back in time. 2-0.
Adams has been asked to bunt. In fact, this team has a lot of guys that can bunt. They have more sacrifice hits than anybody in the field, 58. So Troy Braun, a former big leaguer, plays a more traditional ball than some of his other counterparts in the tournament who are up there to rake and nothing else.
And Schultz trying to be sneaky here against the left-hander Adams, but falling behind 3-0. retired the first 6. Cameron aboard at first with the first base hit for the Seagulls. He stays put. Adams drops down a beauty. Sacrifice complete. Cameron is second.
A little small ball from Troy Brohan.
So setting the table, brings up the number 9 hitter.
Number 3, Luke Waddell.
Luke Waddell will get the opportunity to try to tie this one up.
Waddell's a .295 hitter. 23 RBIs in the year. 10 of his 39 hits have gone for extra bases.
Schultz checks the runner. And a swing and a miss by Waddell.
Salisbury averaging 9 runs per game.
The 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1.
They're pretty balanced, though. I mean, they got the big bopper and Castor, but they steal a lot of bases. Collectively, 123 in 46 games. That's 9th best in the country in Division III. So they're the Salisbury Track Club in addition to being a team that can swing it a little.
There's a strike, 1-2.
We've been told one of your favorites mascots, the Sammy the Seagull, is not a.
Don't get me started.
I know that depressed you, but Sammy the Seagull is not going to attend this event.
You don't know the disappointment.
I do.
After hearing that.
I learned that.
We campaign, right? Last year we campaigned.
And again, it shows our influence that Sammy didn't get here for the championship. And apparently he's taking a pass here.
All that work, national championship last year, and you can't make it in 2022. Disappointing. 2-2 to Waddell. And he's getting some good rips up there. Still battling, still fighting here. Schultz brings it. Little roller to Booz at second. 2 away. Cameron over at third.
Waddell hits it to the right side of the infield, allowing the base runner Cameron to advance. And they turn the lineup over so Cam Hyder will get an opportunity to tie the game with 2 outs.
Campbell 0 for 1. He grounded out to third in his first AB in the first. Slicer could be trouble, and it is. It falls in for a base hit. We're tied at 1. Bauman charged, but couldn't get there in time. Didn't want to skip past, and Campbell delivers.
Cam Hyder goes the other way here, and the leadoff hitter serves this one in the left field. It falls in front of Bauman. We saw 7 2-out hits bring in 7 runs in the first game. A 2-out hit here ties the second game for Salisbury.
So Campbell with the RBI.
No, that was Hyder. This is Campbell. You got all upset by bringing up Sammy the Seagull.
I actually did.
Yep.
My bad. My apologies.
I knew you'd make a mistake. That's the only one you get.
Yep. RBI single for Hyder. Now it's Campbell.
My bad for bringing up Sammy the Seagull.
Yeah.
It's shaking.
All flummoxed now. It's his fault.
Flummoxing doesn't do you well.
Hits are even a 2 apiece. We're tied at 1. Pat Campbell now. Checked his swing and did it in time.
Campbell, 20 RBIs in the year. 290 hitter. Hitters count here.
Schultz gets a strike, 3-1. Big cut there. JD not too worried about the runner over at first base. He takes a peek over the shoulder, but just really staying locked in and trying to get Campbell at the plate.
Hyder will run here, 3-2.
Lifted to right. Simmons will make the grab. But we are tied at 1 after 3 here in Cedar Rapids. Salisbury 1, Stevens Point 1, fourth inning when we return.
The NCAA and Division III are committed to diversity, inclusion, and...
Well, we're all even here in Cedar Rapids. Wisconsin-Stevens Point and Salisbury all tied at 1 apiece as we head to the fourth inning.
Ground crew does a nice job of grooming this
field.
field.
The fourth inning for the Pointers.
Get it all set in the morning.
25, Peyton Nelson.
And then in between games, all 8 teams had a workout day. Each team got to take the field for an hour yesterday, and then they hung together for a barbecue. That ball eats Waddell up over at third. And Nelson's aboard to start the fourth.
Well hit ball by Peyton Nelson. See if they call this a hit or an error. It's a hard hit ball. Tough chance.
Tried to lay it and hope that the ball ended up in his mitt. It did not.
Call it a hit.
So leadoff single for Nelson. Comer hit a double play ball to end the first inning. Massive cut there by number 7.
Peyton Nelson is the leader in this club in stolen bases with 14, but you don't want to take the bat out of the hands of Comer, their cleanup hitter. Comer with 54 RBIs, third in the team.
Bradley from Rhinelander, Wisconsin. All but 4 players on the Stevens Point roster are cheeseheads. One and two.
Comer's a hodag.
He's a hodag.
Want to explain that to people that are not?
Look it up.
Okay.
No,
Boy.
it takes too long to.
It's a myth,
I know.
It's a mythical creature.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, no, you did a great job.
It's not real.
And there's more. I mean, if you want all the drippy details that go with the hodag, you can look it up. But
I'm going to tell Bradley Comer you think his high school's
no
mascot is
drippy.
No.
The drippy part is all the details of what the hodag is. There's all these stories and facts and figures that go with it. But you summed it up. Mythical. Bradley's sitting 3-2. Crowd trying to help him out, and they do. A walk to put the first 2 men on base here in the fourth inning for Stevens Point.
Second walk allowed by Atkins, and again, he's had great command all year. That's going to prompt a mound visit, as he just hasn't located as well as he normally does. No activity in the bullpen. Atkins is their guy. He was both a reliever and a starter. They switched him to the exclusively starting role in March 26th, and he hasn't lost since. Won 6 straight decisions. Pitched last weekend in the Super Regional, lasted 6 2/3 innings. Didn't have a decision. Gave up 5 runs on 8 hits with no walks and 7 strikeouts on Saturday.
But perhaps running into some issues here in a tie ball game in the 4th inning. Point with a single and a walk, nobody out. Lutke, the designated hitter, steps in. Punches it foul.
Salisbury had to go 3 games against Worcester to get here in the Super Regional. They won 8-6 in game 1, lost 6-4, and then won a wild one 18-16.
Oh, yeah.
To punch their ticket here.
Saw that final score, and it was every bit of the back and forth craziness in a winner-take-all game. Atkins ahead 0-2. Tried to get him to chase. 1-2. Waste pitch there.
Lutke second in the team with a .380 average. Second in the team in home runs with 14. He's driven in 59. That's second best to Simmons as well.
And a swing and a miss. Big punch up by Atkins. Still work to do, but one away here in the 4th.
Only his second strikeout.
Second baseman, number 22, Jacob Boos.
There's Jacob Boos now. Grounded out in the 2nd inning. Boy, the Gulls would love another one of those. Give them a chance to turn 2 and get out of here. Atkins at just 54 pitches total. Tosses a strike. That's how they got out of the 1st inning jam. Gave up the run, but then got the double play ball to end the frame. And a strike.
Corner there.
Yep.
Who's behind in the count. He's a .309 hitter. Drove in 29 this season.
Atkins ready, fires, and a swing and a miss. He went right at Boos and got the punch out. Back-to-back Ks here in the 4th.
He's challenged both Lutke and Boos right here. Again, went up the ladder and just blows it by Boos. 2 big strikeouts for the pitcher of the year in Division III.
2 away. Henwood, the first baseman. He cuts through it.
Henwood's a .250 hitter. 3 homers, 30 RBIs.
A 1 on the way. Make it 0-2. Boy, Atkins finding his groove once again. Going right after these pointers. After the first 2 reach base. Refocused, dialed back in. Ferens, it's right where he set up. He points back to his pitcher and says, that's okay.
That was a good pitch.
Yeah.
Good take by Henwood.
Got him. Fist pump from your catcher. And Atkins, job well done. Puts 2 on, strikes out the next 3. We stay tied at 1, middle of 4. There's some of the outside scenery, if you will. Tribute to the veterans in our country outside of the ballpark. And we've already seen, we've got the fighter plane. There's a tank out there, full-size tank. A lot of great photo ops, a lot of great history lessons to be learned here in Cedar Rapids. Schultz back out there to face these Seagulls in the bottom half of the fourth inning.
The fourth inning for the Seagulls, center fielder number 22,
and
Caster.
He gets Kavi Caster to start things off here in the fourth.
Caster struck out looking back in the end of the first inning against Schultz.
Rips this one to right, but Simmons is right there and then lunges to make sure. That tells you that ball had a little something extra on it.
I think it knuckled on Simmons, who stayed with it and retires Caster on the first pitch of the fourth inning. I think he has it measured, and then whoops,
Shortstop, number
he makes
6,
the catch.
Stephen Rice.
Well, goes down as a 9 on the scorecard. Put out 9. One away, Rice the shortstop. Goes after the first pitch there. Rice grounded out in the second inning in his lone AB. Almost a little duck snort in the left field, but it pushes foul.
Schultz gets it up there about 88 in the 90 range. He's probably the hardest thrower on the Stevens Point staff. Collectively has an ERA of 4.35.
One-two pitch. And a swing and a miss. Got a piece of it. And Finger held on, 2 away. That's strikeout number 3 for Schultz.
Breaking ball there to get Rice.
The first baseman, number 30, Sky Rayhill.
And now Rayhill the batter. Ball 1 to him. There's a strike. 1-1 to Sky.
Yeah, and Rahill's got the good batting eye. There are 28 walks this year. He's only struck out 25 times. You don't see that very often. The hitter's got more walks than strikeouts. And he's ahead in the count here, 2-1.
Swing and a miss by Rayhill. Schultz looking for the 1-2-3 inning here in the fourth. Keep this game tied at 1. JD rocks and fires, and it's a bouncer to first. Gloved by Henwood. Side retired. A 4-5 matchup in this field of 8, looking like it so far. Tied at 1 after 4. Moving right along to the top of the 5th inning, the defending champs in a stalemate so far with Wisconsin-Stevens Point tied at 1.
Between innings, my phone bings telling me I ought to look at something. The Athletic posts a story about Mike Trout's summer in Cedar Rapids.
You're kidding.
Seriously.
Wow.
Between innings, that's what I was looking at. Well, I did the host family, and what it was to have Mike Trout live with him as the billet hosts, and as the story indicates, and I didn't have a chance to read it, but it's the summer Mike Trout became Mike Trout in the baseball world. Everybody heard about him because he put up such eye-popping numbers.
Kyle Finger flies out the center, 1 away. So I remember Mike Trout when he was with Cedar Rapids and broadcasting a game in Appleton, Wisconsin, where the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers play. And I remember hearing about this kid, and then I see him pregame just walking around the batting cage and in the batting cage, and he just looked like a different player. He looked the part even back when he was 18 years old.
You know, we talk about the first game. Brian Buxton is here. Patrick Corbin pitched here. And Cedar Rapids has got a great tradition of baseball and been in the Midwest League a real long time. But Trout certainly, again, the story, I didn't have a chance to read the whole thing, but it must be rather interesting when the Athletic posts a long piece on Mike Trout's summer in Cedar Rapids.
And especially for the family. I mean,
Yeah.
You get to host these players. It's kind of like, a roulette where, all right, well, you don't get to pick the players. You just kind of get assigned. And they're going to call Mattson out on strikes on the check swing. They say he went around. So Atkins gets the punch out there. That's 4 for him, 2 away here in the 5th.
And Atkins has retired 5 in a row since the pitching coach went out to visit him. Well, I don't know if he went.
Fielder number 5.
Called him on the swing.
Maybe didn't need the appeal.
Yeah.
Sam Kaya, though, said strike 3, you're out, young man. So 2 away. Top of the order, and Bauman the hitter. Missing there, 1-1. And just to button up the Mike Trout story, he's gets a lot of love here at the Perfect Game Field. In the press box, they have a glass display case and uniform, batting helmet, Mike Trout bat. I mean, he gets his own separate area for the star he was when he was here and the star he's become in Major League Baseball. 2-2, Atkins looking to work quickly. And nope, going to take at least one more batter because Bauman reaches him for a single.
Atkins has only had 1 clean inning, and Bauman made sure it stayed that way by bouncing this one between the first and second baseman and into right field. This ball's not hit hard, but it's hit in the right spot. And Bauman's aboard for the second time in 3 plate appearances. He scored the lone run for Stevens Point back in the first.
And he scored because Simmons tripled him home. He's stepping in here with 2 away. The RBI triple in the first by Simmons, a record setter in their conference back in Wisconsin. Triple's hard to get, but 17 in your career?
Yeah,
he makes it look easy, doesn't he? Here's a strike from Atkins, and he's ahead of this dangerous All-American, 0-2.
He was the player of the year in the Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Point actually finished second in the WIC too, Whitewater, this regular season, and got the revenge in the playoffs against the Whitewaters.
The Pointers.
That ball bounced up into the booth next to us.
Yeah.
You got to be aware about that.
I'm totally unaware.
Yeah.
The Pointers, Bill, they were rewarded, even though they finished second in their conference, they were rewarded when they got through the regional, got to host the regional in Stevens Point. And they got out of that and then faced Whitewater in the super regional. Bouncer to second. Nice play by Campbell to Rahill to retire the side. Stevens Point goes down with just a base hit here in the 5th inning, so we stay tied at 1. Moving right along to the bottom of the 5th inning. Seagulls. There's the tank I told you about.
You've toured the complex here. I'm very impressed.
I did. While all the boys were in having BBQ last night, I took a stroll around the ballpark. It was a beautiful night. Got to look at all the activity that surrounds Vets Memorial.
You're always working.
Semi. As Ferens cuts through the first offering from Schultz. Now they've been terrific hosts here in Cedar Rapids. Last handful of seasons, no baseball, as we all know, for anybody in 2020. And then we had the tournament return here a year ago with some stipulations and limitations, but nevertheless, we did have baseball, and these Seagulls were crowned national champions. Tough to defend a national championship, Bill. It doesn't happen too often in D3.
No, it has only happened, well, only 3 schools have repeated. Cal State Stanislaus won the first 2 titles in 76-77. Glassboro State, which is now Rowan, won back-to-back in 78-79. And Marietta won back-to-back in 2011 and 12.
And Marietta is in this tournament, winning earlier today. On the appeal on the check swing, they will ring up Ferens for out number 1.
Left fielder number 32, Scott Cameron.
And now Cameron's turn. Singled and scored the lone run for the Gulls in the 3rd. Yeah, the irony here, you mentioned Marietta, the last team to do it. Marietta back here for the first time since then. And if Salisbury wins this contest, they would play Marietta, trying to defend their title and keep the building blocks going to making it a repeat. So a lot of interesting twists and turns with the history book.
Marietta will play at 1:15 tomorrow against the winner of this game. Catholic University out of D.C. will play the loser of this game at 10 a.m.
Cameron takes one for the team, caught him right on the bucket on the backside. So that one got away from Schultz, to be sure.
He's had pretty good control. I hadn't walked anybody, but
Designated hitter number 27.
he hits Cameron with 1 out here in the 5th.
Brings up Zach Adams. Last time he dropped on a sacrifice, that was part of the process of getting that runner, Cameron, into scoring position, who did score. Cuts through it that time.
Schultz's pitch from in front of hitters. Around 36 strikes, 21 balls. Those pitch counts in pretty good shape here in the 5th inning. Been very efficient.
A 1 misses. Not by much. Two and 1 to Zach Adams, the designated hitter. Waddell, the number 9 hitter, waits on deck. Cameron gets his lead at first. Cuts through it.
And up the ladder on Adams here. DH hitting 267 in the year. It's only his 5th start. He's 4 for 15 coming into this tournament with 3 RBI.
Throw over and a little closer this time as Cameron gets back in a cloud of dust. And maybe ate some of that dust. Yeah, that ain't nice. Hazards to the job, though, when you're a base runner. Two and 2 to Adams.
Well, that pitch. Salisbury 36 and 10 coming into this tournament. They're ranked 7th if you believe in polls. Stephen Point's ranked 12th. Pointers won 40 games, lost 8.
Runner goes. Adams But Bill, it's almost like he tried to get out of the way, and then halfway through the swing, it's like maybe I can punch this on the third baseline.
Certainly a defensive swing, almost turned it into an extra base hit.
Yeah.
The runner moving, that might have scored the run, but we'll do it again. See if Cameron's running here again on the 2-2 pitch.
That one inside almost hit him, so count goes full.
You would think he's running here at 3-2.
You would think.
Cameron 15 of 18 in stolen base attempts on the year. But Adams looks like he handles the bat pretty well. But Brohan certainly knows his personnel. Let's see if he starts the runner.
He does. And it's ball 4. So Adams wins the AB. Cameron down at second now with one away. Waddell will be the batter.
A trip to the mound by the Stevens Point pitching coach.
Is this Zach Hupt?
I believe so.
We were told if you see the tall guy, I think that the tall guys, look how tall Zach is compared to the rest of these players. And yes, confirmed. He's 6'8"? Wow. Yeah, Zach goes 6'8".
Well, he's buying some time, and they're starting to stir in the Stevens Point bullpen. Schultz hits a batter and then walks a batter and finds himself in one-out trouble here in the 5th.
You don't see that too often. You see,
got a Randy Johnson look.
Yeah, you saw the catcher finger looking up at Zach and getting the instructions. But Tim, the SID from Stevens Point, he poked in and said, "Yep, that's Zach, and he's 6'8". You can't miss him."
Our thanks to Tim Bone for identifying pitching coaches.
Indeed. All right. 1-1 ball game. Waddell goes after the first pitch. High in the sky, battling the sun.
Infield fly roll.
And makes the catch is Boos. 2 away.
So coming out of the visit from the world's tallest pitching coach, Schultz gets a big second out.
Yeah, conference, message delivered, 1 pitch. Now 2 on with 2 down for Hyder, the right fielder. Cam delivered the RBI single back in the 3rd to tie this ball game up.
Hyder's only hit 2 home runs all year. One of them was the game winner in the 18-16 win against Worcester last week. A 2-run shot. 18-16 in a game with a national tournament berth on the line. How crazy is that game?
Yeah, it was off the chains crazy, that game.
And Hyder with a clutch home run in that game. Trying to break a 1-1 tie here in the 5th with 2 out.
Schultz got ahead, 0-1. Gets him to scoot out of the way there. One ball game. 2 aboard with 2 down for the Seagulls. Caught the outside. Some groans from the Salisbury faithful.
That might have been a beneficial call to the pitcher.
Schultz will take it. 1-2. Looking for the knockout punch here to keep this game knotted at 1. Stevens Point has out-hit the Seagulls 4-2. But a base hit here could untie things here in the 5th. Tried to jump on that, punch it to left. said this earlier, Bill. This has the feel of a 4-5 matchup. These teams pretty even so far here into the fifth. Bouncer. Foul again.
Yeah, it's got the intensity of a national tournament game. First game we saw this morning, Marietta shut out Catholic University 7-0. They jumped to a 3-0 lead, added on with a run in the fourth and 3 in the fifth, and it was kind of a no doubt about who's going to win game. But this one very much in the balance and a well-played game thus far with good pitching.
Indeed. Hyder battling Schultz. 1-2 on the way again. 2-2. Runners get their leads at first and second. Cameron Hyder waving the bat, waits, and jumps on it. Base hit to right field. 1 run in, it's 2-1. Stop sign goes up. RBI double for Cam Hyder.
Another 2-out hit. This one breaks the tie. They hold up Adams at third, but a clutch hit by Hyder sends that one down in the corner. Nice job by Simmons to get the ball in and keep the runner at third. And then Schultz doesn't give them great length. He's 5 and 6 inning guy, and it looks like kind of running out of gas here. He's throwing 73 pitches. So he'd been economical in his pitch count until this inning when he's run into trouble. And now Campbell with a chance to break things open, or at least give some room for Salisbury.
Yeah, they've got the lead. Hyder has driven in both runs this afternoon. Castor waits on deck, so if you're Stevens Point, you have to get Campbell here. And they won't. Poke to right field for a base hit. It'll plate a pair. Patrick Campbell makes it 4-1.
Campbell goes the other way for yet another big 2-out run scoring hit. Serves that one into right. That scores a pair easily. Patrick Campbell with a clutch hit, his 21st and 22nd RBIs of the year, and now they're throwing in earnest in the Stevens Point bullpen.
And it ain't over yet. Kavi Castor, his opportunity. Schultz got him in the first and in the fourth. A strikeout, and then a line ball fly out to right. But this guy is a dangerous hitter. And so Schultz trying to battle through it and get this final out in a 3-run fifth so far for the Gulls. 1-1. Castor came inside on him. Good pitch there. Side retired, but damage done. The defending national champs in front after 5 innings, lead it 4-1. A recap of why this game is no longer tied at 1 apiece. 3 runs tallied by the Seagulls. Hit a batter, walk a batter. They come back to haunt as Hyder delivers the 2-run double. And then Campbell drives in 2 there.
And all 4 runs have scored with 2 outs. Schultz just hadn't been able to finish them off. Looked like he was running out of gas there in the 5th. Gives up the hits to Hyder and Campbell to break the tie.
So Salisbury in front for the first time this afternoon. Top of the 6th, Pointers now. Try to get back in this one. Nelson to kick things off.
Matt Richter is the coach of Stevens Point, coach of the year and twice in the region. Played for Point in 2006 when they made it to the College World Series in Appleton. He played for Pat Bloom, who had great success with the Pointers, now at Wash U.
Was a teammate of Jordan Zimmerman.
Yeah.
On that team that went to the World Series. And Jordan, of course, had a long career in the major leagues.
The All-Star team.
Here's a walk for Nelson. Well, that'll help kick things off for Stevens Point here in the 6th. They need base runners, trailing by 3.
Points here for the first time since 2013 when they finished 3rd. In fact, they haven't got back here since Bloom left, but it's their 6th appearance.
Here's Comer, the third baseman. Walked his last time up in the 4th inning.
Jordan Zimmerman made a lot of money at the game. I mean, he was a big-time pitcher with the Nationals and then had some trouble with the Tigers and then his career with the Brewers, but gave a sizable donation to UW Stevens Point. They now named the baseball field at Point Zimmerman Field. Giving something back. There aren't a lot of D3 guys that make it to the big leagues. Zimmerman and another former Pointer, J.P. Fireeisen, currently pitching for Tampa Bay, is another former Bloom player at Point that made it to the big leagues. Last I checked, hadn't given up a run this season.
Yeah, he's been real stingy with Tampa.
Tim LaCastro went from Ithaca. I think he's with the Yankees. He's been hurt a lot in recent years. Played for the Diamondbacks. Josh Fleming played at Webster College. He's at Tampa Bay as well. So those are the only D3 guys I'm aware of that are in the big leagues currently.
This one will inch its way foul, and does, up and out of the ballpark.
But it does happen.
It does happen.
And Point's done it twice. Produced players that have made it to the show.
One and two to Comer.
One of the hallmarks of this Stevens Point team this year has been their resilience, their ability to come from behind, and they're going to have to obviously do that today after Salisbury gets 3 to break the tie in the 5th. But again, they've swung the bat in the postseason, 131 runs in 10 postseason games.
Yeah, to your point, in some of those games, they've had leads that have disappeared, only to have the bats come back and grab the lead back. So this is, down 4-1 here. This is nothing new for these guys. They will continue to swing hard and give this team a chance here in the 6th inning. Comer checks his swing in time on the appeal.
They're pretty disciplined hitters. And 9 guys are 300 or better, but their plate discipline, they work counts. They seem to only hit pitches in the zone they like.
That went off the end of the bat. Castor backpedals and gets there for out number 1. So Nelson stays at first. Ludke now the designated hitter, who's 0 for 2.
Designated hitter, number 34, Lucas Ludke.
Atkins at 65 pitches here in the 6th inning, so he's been pretty economical.
Center field again. Castor again, 2 away.
And Ludke well played. Hit the ball well, but Castor didn't have to move much.
And when he does move, he's going to get there most of the time. He's a tremendous coverer of ground in center field.
Yeah, he makes it look easy out there.
Boo's the second baseman now.
Again, this ballpark, there's a lot of ground to cover in this home of the Cedar Rapids Colonels of the Midwest League, a traditional minor league ballpark, but a lot of room in the gaps here, a lot more than these collegiate players are used to. Here you can see 400 to dead center, 403 to the flagpole, 407 to the left of center, deepest part of the parks.
Runner goes. A little delayed on going was Nelson, but he gets in there. He started and then stopped. You'll see it here. Start, stop, and then go. And still managed to get in there with a stolen bag.
15th stolen base of the year for Peyton Nelson. That's best on the club. Two out of opportunity for Booz to bring in a run.
Castor, can he cover this ground? No, out of his reach. It'll score a run. Booz on his way to third. Throw comes in. He is in there with an RBI triple. It's 4-2. Boy, with the way Castor covers ground, Bill, you had to wait. Could he get there?
Well, again, the wind's blowing left to right. I think the ball got blown away from the center fielder. Castor certainly does cover a lot of ground and stretched out, but he couldn't make the play. Booz has Stevens Point's second run-scoring triple of the game, and all of a sudden the tying runs at the plate.
Big blast by Booz. 4-2 now. Here's Henwood, the first baseman, fouls it off. Yeah, great point on the wind. Flags blowing from left to right and helped to push that baseball away from Castor, who gave it a shot and out of his reach. There you see it with downtown Cedar Rapids in the background, but Booz put a charge into it and then got a little extra push from Mother Nature.
Third triple of the year, sixth triple of the year for Jacob Booz. He's now driven in 30 runs. Brandon Epstein is throwing in the Salisbury bullpen.
Atkins would like to keep him there. Get Henwood here, leave that runner stranded at third. 2-2 with 2 down. And a swing and a miss does just that. Damage limited to just the 1 run by the Pointers in their half of the 6th inning. Score now is 4-2 Seagulls. Another sneak peek of downtown Cedar Rapids. 4-2 the score. Bottom of the 6th inning. Seagulls will face a new pitcher, Bill. It's Austin Syvertson, big 6'2", 185 junior from Randolph, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Syvertson 4-1 on the year with a 3.56 ERA. This is his 23rd appearance. All out of the bullpen. Saved a couple games as well. In 30 and the third innings, he's allowed 33 hits, 12 earned runs. He's walked 8. Struck out 31. Opponents have hit 273 against old Austin, or young Austin.
So the day is done for J.D. Schultz. That 3-run frame in the 5th inning sealed his fate. And the Pointers, net Richter, going to the bullpen here, trying to hold things at just a 2-run deficit as Rice starts the bottom of the 6th for the Seagulls.
Iverson picked up a save last weekend with an inning in the third, had 3 strikeouts.
And that'll fall for a base hit. So Rice leads things off here in the 6th with a single for Ray Hill, the first baseman.
The first baseman, number 30, Sky Rayhill.
Let's see how Troy Brohan plays this, looking to add on run. Will he bunt Rice over, have Rayhill, the number 5 hitter, swing away?
Drops it down, but foul.
Rowan, old school guy. Again, played the big leagues. His 7th year at Salisbury. He was a pitching coach before that. He's an ex-big leaguer. Pitched 3 years at Nebraska. Did very well in college. But he pitched with Arizona in the World Series the year that the Diamondbacks won. He also pitched for the Dodgers, the Giants.
Ooh, that one. Comer came charging in and almost came up with a scoop to get the out.
Lloyd Brohan, one of only 2 people to ever win a World Series or have a World Series ring and a Division III championship ring. Scott Brocious, former Yankee, won it when he was coaching at Linfield out in Oregon, and Brohan obviously won last year and got the World Series ring with the Diamondbacks. He's won 77% of his games at Salisbury.
Tremendous. And back here to defend their title are the Seagulls. Swing and a miss. Got Rahill to chase. Syvertson, his first punch out. One away here in the 6th.
Rahill couldn't get the bunt down. Comes behind in the count. And Syvertson hits him on that pitch.
One away for Ferentz, the catcher. Another throw over. I was glancing at some of the famous alumni, and I know we did this last year when these guys were here, of Salisbury. Mike Seidel from the Weather Channel. You think Mike's dialed in between standing in, crashing waves, following the next hurricane? Is he dialed into his Seagulls?
I gotta say, there's bad storms in Florida.
Yeah.
He's got other things in his mind.
But maybe between live shots, he's checking out.
And later in the tournament, perhaps, once the storms leave Florida.
If you are Mike, shout out to you. Stay well, stay safe.
And stay monitoring those storms.
Yes, continue to monitor. No, he's great. Steve Biscotti, owner of the Baltimore Orioles, is
Why?
also.
You've done your homework.
No, I'm reading the Gulls notes.
Oh, I gotta say, I got some.
But I remember. But I do remember Mike being an alum from last year because we talked about that as well.
Oh, I got a lot of alums from Salisbury. If you want, I'm saving that for later in the tournament.
Okay. I won't step on.
Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys, he's a Salisbury guy.
3-1. Runner stays put. It's fouled off. So
there's still going to be alums later in the tournament.
Sure.
Too. I don't want to cheat our opening day audience.
No. You don't empty the war chest on day one. That's rule number 1 of broadcasting. Ferentz battling here with Syvertson. They try to get that run back. That lead back to +3 in the bottom of the 6th.
Rice 15 of 16 on stolen base attempts.
And the battle continues.
Loser of this game plays at 10 Central Time tomorrow morning. The winner of this game plays against Marietta, top-ranked team in the tournament, at approximately 1:15 tomorrow. That'll be Central Time.
Lace to left, the base hit. 2 aboard for the Seagulls here in the 6th.
Got the pitch up. Ferentz made him pay for it with his line single in the left. Pulls this one in the left. 2 on with 1 out for the Seagulls.
At it again here. Scott Cameron, the batter. He's been on twice, scored both times.
Both bullpens are quiet currently.
Massive cut there by Cameron. And as soon as it came out of your mouth, Bill, that the bullpens were quiet, Stevens Point starts to stir. That last base hit, cause for some concern. But Syvertson ahead of Cameron here, 0-2. Outside, chase pitch there. Delivered by Austin. Cameron didn't. Runners take their lead at first and second.
Cameron crowds that play. Pitch away, obviously. He was hit by a pitch 17 times. Of course, he's a piker compared to Stephen Rice, who's been hit by 23 pitches this year.
Wow. 2-2 the count with 2 aboard. Cameron takes, count is full.
See if they start the runners there.
Yeah, the cat and mouse here. This will be interesting.
They don't.
And it's ball 4. And Cameron whips the bat back towards his own dugout and says, let's go. Base is loaded with Seagulls.
Cameron's been on 3 times and has scored 2 runs.
Trouble for the Pointers. They got to run back in the top half of this inning, and the Seagulls threatening to get it right back and then some. You see the action in the bullpen down the line for Stevens Point. Tyler Byer is the right-hander, a sophomore. He warms. Syvertson tries to get out of the jam here, but bases loaded and 1 out.
Sidney Ferry is the closer for Stevens Point. The problem with the Pointers have had is that bridge guy to get from the starter, and Schultz has been their best guy to get to Ferry. They've had a bit of issue with the middle relief, and it seems to be the issue currently.
Zach Adams' turn. Ball 1 outside.
Zach Adams pitches as well when he's not DHing.
That one almost bends backwards into the mitt of Finger, but not enough. 2-0.
Hitters count.
Way upstairs. No room to put him.
Point with the infielders in on the corners, hoping to get a double play ball up the middle. Those middle infielders have double play depth, but they can't do much if Syvertson doesn't throw strikes.
Throws one there. Needed it. 3-1. Seagulls dugout making a lot of racket trying to distract the right-hander out there. They want to pad their lead here in the bottom of the 6th.
Got it on the kitchen, and Adams can only foul that away weakly.
So 3-2. Syvertson needs a big pitch. It's to center field. Nelson backpedals. He'll make the grab, tagging, and scoring is Rice. And they get that run back. It's 5-2.
Productive out by the DH. Makes good contact. Forced Nelson to back up on the ball. No way he's going to throw out Rice, who scores easily from third. Ferentz remains at second. And Salisbury gets the run back.
Luke Waddell.
He saw Stevens Point score in the top half of this inning.
So it's 5-2. If Ferentz actually tagged.
Oh, you're right.
I didn't. I looked over and he's at third base now. So Ferentz tags and goes to third. So corners with 2 away, and Waddell the batter. And that's of note, because if Waddell gets a single or even like a wild pitch, then Ferentz could score another run. Outside, 1-0 to Waddell. And if you're Stevens Point, you need to get the number 9 hitter. Hyder has driven in a pair today, and he waits on deck.
Comer thinks he might drop a bunt. He's in on the grass at third.
One pitch. Outside, 2-1. Wheels turning here. 2 on at the corners with 2 away. 2-1 pitch, way outside, 3-1. That one, Syvertson, you could see in the delivery, just never had a good grip. So 3-1. Make it. Ball 4. Loads the bases again. And top of the order, and Hyder to the plate. And maybe a change before he steps in.
I'm going to say, Nat Richter going to make a pitching change. And he makes the call to the bullpen.
That'll be it. As Tyler Byer will take over, trying to get the third out. We'll step aside, get things reset here in Cedar Rapids with the Seagulls leading the Pointers 5-2. Another tall Stevens Point player, 6'2" right-hander, takes over with one job: get the out here and leave the bases loaded. It's Tyler Byer.
Tyler's a sophomore from Wisconsin Rapids. On the year, he's 2-0 with a .587 earned run average, his 17th appearance. All been out of the bullpen. Got a save. 23 innings of pitched. He's allowed 31 hits, 15 earned runs. He's walked 6, struck out 18. Opponents have hit .316 against this right-hander. Big moment in the game right here. Hyder with 2 RBIs, in with the bases loaded, 2 out.
For the Pointers, number 23, Tyler
And again,
Byer.
one job and one job only. Whatever it takes, get the final out here.
Cam Hyder.
Leave this a 3-run contest. Leave the bases loaded. But easier said than done.
Hyder had a big 2-out hit to drive in a run last inning. That was a double. It's 2 for 3.
Take strike 1.
Drove in a run with a 3rd inning single as well.
Opportunity to bust this game wide open. Nelson, the center fielder, is playing very shallow. Otherwise, Bauman in left, Simmons in right. About normal depth, but Nelson trying to cheat and get a jump on something if Hyder pokes it to center. Shallow center. 2-1 the count to the leadoff man.
Talked a lot about Castor defensively. Nelson's a pretty good center fielder as well defensively.
And guess what? Nelson knew where to get him. Makes the catch. Seagulls leave the bases loaded, but they get the run back. They surrendered in the top half of the 6th inning. We go to the 7th. It's a 5-2 Seagulls lead. Aerials provided to you by our terrific crew here in Cedar Rapids. Beautiful sun-splashed afternoon.
It's the Cedar River. The city lies on both banks of the Cedar. We're 20 miles north of Iowa City, 100 miles northeast of Des Moines, the state's largest city, and the capital. But it's a nice shot of the Cedar River. I think people will be on the Cedar River boating.
They should be.
Frolicking this weekend.
They should be.
We'll be back here.
Right.
Catholic University plays the loser this game at 10 tomorrow. Marietta plays the winner this game at 1:15 tomorrow. By the way, we got 2 more games left, Bob, so don't go anywhere.
Not going anywhere. No place I'd rather be. We hope you'll join us all afternoon and evening here at NCAA.com as the catcher Finger sawed him off. Shortstop makes the play, 1 away.
And allegedly at 4:30, Eastern Connecticut, the number 2 seed in this tournament, will play Baldwin Wallace. That's the other bracket, Pool B or Bracket 2, whatever you want to call it. And then LaGrange wraps up the day against Trinity in a game scheduled to start at 7:45 tonight.
There's Logan Manson, the shortstop, number 9 hitter. Singles back in the 3rd inning. It's a bouncer here in the 7th, 2 away.
Boy, Atkins getting bailed out on the pitch count. 2 quick outs here in the 7th. Salisbury had somebody running down the bullpen, getting ready to throw, and he got the 2 quick outs, and they call him back to the dugout.
Yeah, slam the brakes on. Matt Bauman, the leadoff man. Ball 1. Atkins seems to be, he's more at comfort when he's working quickly and he's getting quick outs like that, whether it's through the strikeout or a ground out, but he'll surrender a single here as Bauman delivers.
That was his 101st pitch. Bauman's been on base 3 times now. But that's how the game has changed. I mean, you're behind 3 runs. You're going up there taking pitches instead. Finger and Matson go up early in the count. Matson went at the first pitch. Finger did him a favor as well. And instead of making this guy work, they did him a favor. Bauman with a 2-out hit, but it's just that, a 2-out hit. But the big boy is coming up now.
Yeah, here's one of them, Aaron Simmons. That thing's rolling for point in the 1st with an RBI triple. Goes to left. Cameron is there. That was quick. Atkins approves. Nothing across for the Pointers as we stretch them out here in Cedar Rapids. 5-2 the score. Byer returns to the mound here for Stevens Point. He's the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon for the Pointers. As we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, Seagulls in defense of their national championship. Lead it 5-2.
Byer's job is to throw 0 on the board. Obviously, Salisbury wants to add on. It's getting late if you're a Point fan. Salisbury thinks it's a lovely day. And it is. Even if you're ahead or behind by 3 runs. Or 4 runs.
We've had, as we can attest, we've had some scorchers here at times for this tournament. And the heat has, those years, it's played a factor. It's worn pitchers down, and games have dragged on and the heat would take its toll, but forecast for the greater Cedar Rapids area, it's going to be like this. There might be some hit and miss showers from time, but the temperatures are not going to rise. It's going to be very pleasant, perfect for baseball players on the diamond.
As Campbell had the big hit in the fifth, the 2-run double with 2 outs. Gave Salisbury a 3-run lead, and they maintained that 3-run lead.
Yeah, that one was really a shot to the jaw of Stevens Point when Campbell delivered that one.
Against the tiring Schultz. He got the next out, but then left the game.
The 0-2. Campbell takes 1 and 2. Castor's waiting on deck.
Campbell's a junior from West Grove, Pennsylvania. And this roster predominantly made up of players from Maryland, a few from Delaware.
Up the middle, but Matson gets there. Out number 1. One away. Castor, the batter, he's 0 for 3 this afternoon. That's
center fielder number 22.
been a good job done by the Pointers to keep him checked.
Castor's a junior from Crofton, Maryland.
First pitch swinging up the elevator shaft. Comer comes in and makes the catch, battling the wind.
Comer stayed with it, made that a bit of an adventure, but made the catch. Castor trying to ambush a first pitch fastball. 2 quick outs for Salisbury here in the 7th.
Shortstop number 6.
The shortstop Rice singled and scored in the 6th inning. Got the run back that they gave up in the top half of the frame. One and 0 to Steven. 1-1.
He's a junior from Woodbine, Maryland. Went to Mount Airy Christian Academy. I think we're going to see his high school teammate Xavier Marmol pitch later in this tournament. Marmol taking on a bigger role now that Jackson Balzan is hurt and unable to pitch for the tournament. Balzan broke his hand, and MVP of last year's College World Series is unavailable for the Seagulls. And that's really a bigger loss than Sammy the Seagull, even if you don't think so.
It's debatable. One and 2 to Rice.
You may see Benji Thalheimer tomorrow. He pitched in this tournament a year ago, but Thalheimer may get the ball tomorrow.
Punches it foul. So the count remains at 1 and 2. And now it's 2 and 2. Byer, long look in. By ball, right center, Nelson. Great job there to cover all that ground. 2 good center fielders in this game, to be sure.
Yeah, good job by the relief pitcher to come in and put up a 0 when they needed it.
It helps the cause for Stevens Point, who heads to the 8th, trailing by 3. The 8th inning is upon us. Stevens Point looking to get some runs. They scored the first tally in this game in the 1st inning. Jumped right out of the gate. But then the defending champs came back to tie it, grabbed the lead, and they stay in front here, +3 as we start the 8th inning.
Double barrel bullpen action is occurring for Salisbury as Atkins faces the meat of the order for Stevens Point here. You'd think the Pointers are going to come back. They start right here.
Comer to right, but measured perfectly by Hyder, one away.
Boy, they've been hunting first pitch fastballs for the last 2 innings, and again, they're doing Atkins a favor because he's up to about 103 pitches, and he's staying in the game by these guys not working the count.
Yeah,
Third baseman,
great point.
7, Bradley Comer.
If they can squeeze another inning, they being Salisbury, squeeze another inning out of Atkins here, then bonus to get a fresh arm in there to get the last 3 outs. We'll see what happens here in the 8th. One away, Comer the batter, lines it to the shortstop Rice, 2 away. And now Ludke, the designated hitter. So Atkins getting some help from the Pointers here, and they're going to try to get him to get this final out. Keep the lead intact at +3. Lucky's 0 for 3 today. Takes ball 1.
2 left-handers are in the bullpen for Salisbury. Mormel, who we talked about last inning, is one of them. Robbie Hollenbeck is the other. So Troy Brohan has replacements ready if Atkins would follow or should falter, but he's gotten 2 quick outs. In fact, he's retired all but 1 hitter since the 6th inning.
And Atkins working quickly here, throwing hard, but falls behind here 3-1. Takes a big deep breath there, tries to settle down. Pounds a strike. Count is full. The long locks and needed a moment there. Now looking for one more moment. Doesn't get it. Ball 4. So a runner aboard with 2 down for Booz, who stung him the last time up with an RBI triple. Dugout looking around.
The second baseman, number 22.
But no moves to be made yet.
I'm going to say they had the left-handers ready. In fact, Mormel has sat down. It's now Hollenbecker's the only one throwing down there. But they had the left-handers ready to face the 2 lefties, Ludke and Booz, and Brohan sticking with his Division III Pitcher of the Year in Atkins.
As I mentioned, 6th inning, Booz triple to right center, brought in a run. Atkins looking for some redemption.
And now they've set the left-hander down and have the right-hander up.
Set them all down. They get the ground ball out there, retire the side. Atkins fired up. He gets his team into the 8th inning, leading by 3 at 5-2. Cedar Rapids, they're playing the Elvis Classic, You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog, in reference to Stevens Point, who their mascot is, who also isn't here, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to point that out.
Also not here, so we throw Sammy under the bus, but
Stevie Pointer,
also MIA.
Yep.
But Stevens Point, back here in the College World Series, really good matchup here, 4-5 seeds. And the Seagulls, once they got that lead in the 5th inning, a 3-run 5th to break a 1-1 tie, they've stayed in front, maintained their lead, and now +3 here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, I thought Stevie Pointer would make it here.
I did too.
I didn't think that would appease you, that, the loss of Sammy the Seagull, but I thought at least we would have mascot representation here.
Does anybody bring a mascot?
Yeah.
Ray Hill, the batter. Pioneers and Cardinals were the first entrants this morning, and they were no-shows, so might be budgetary. 2-0 pitch, and that misses the sky. 3-0. Seagulls looking for insurance runs here before they head to the 9th inning.
Byer had a clean 7th inning, but he's fallen behind in the count here to the leadoff man.
Gets a strike there, 3-1. Byer sends in ball 4. Leadoff man aboard here in the 8th inning. And the catcher Ferens gets a turn.
The catcher, number 28, Jacob Ferentz.
Ferentz on the day, 1 for 3, singled his last AB. Henwood over at first base. I think he changed his glove out. Yeah, Henwood, equipment malfunction. Something wasn't right, or one of the laces got loose and he had to run and swap it out before the next at bat. 1-0 pitch. Bunt laid down. Byer will field, and the mitt works over at first base to get the out. Sacrifice for the Gulls catcher.
Second sacrifice today for Salisbury. Picked up the tying run in the 3rd that way. Cameron got on the lead off the inning. Adams bunted him over. Hyder with a 2-out hit to tie the game, and decided to try to get an insurance run the same way here in the 8th.
And here is Scott Cameron with 1 away. Takes one on the side.
Told you, this is 18th time he's been hit this year. I think he's used to that.
He's made an art of it. 2 aboard with 1 down, and Adams the designated hitter.
Designated hitter, number 27, Zach Adams.
Zach has been busy. As Bill mentioned, had that sacrifice in the 3rd. It led to a run. Walked and scored in the 5th, and then sac fly RBI in the 6th.
He ain't going to face Byer.
Nope.
It'll be a pitching change.
This will be pitcher number 4 of the afternoon for the Stevens Point Pointers. We will step aside, reset things here in Cedar Rapids when we return. Bottom of the 8th, 5-2 the score. For Stevens Point, he hails from Balsam Lake, Wisconsin, way up north in the land of cheese.
Nick Paulson is the fellow Bob's referencing. He's 2-0 on the year with a .561 earned run average in 10 appearances. This is only the 2nd out of the bullpen. He's thrown 33 2/3 innings, allowed 40 hits, 21 earned runs. He's walked 14, struck out 29. Opponents have hit .288 against Nick Paulson from Unity High School in Balsam.
That is the school district up there in Wisconsin. So while Stevens Point mixes and matches trying to get through this game, so as Bill mentioned, 4th pitcher of the day. Meantime, Atkins has gone the distance so far for Salisbury. Not sure if he'll get the 9th or not.
Well, there's no activity in the bullpen, so maybe he will.
Yeah, that's why I say not sure. But if they can, if you can use 1 pitcher while the other team is burning up 4, well, advantage winning team. Right now, the issue for Paulson, find a way to get an out. With 2 aboard and 1 out, it's Adams the DH that he will face. Throws hard, but ball 1.
Adams is officially 0 for 0 if you look at a box score. Sacrifice in the 3rd, walked and scored in the 5th, and hit a sac fly in the 6th.
Isn't that amazing? And yet he's done so much. This time he's in the book. Gonna punch it all the way into the right field corner and score a pair. Have a day. Adams delivers. And there's your insurance, 7-2.
Yeah, that might have been the knockout punch for the defending champs. Nice piece of hitting by Adams to go the other way, and that goes in the corner. Simmons had a long way to go to run that one down, and by the time he got to it in the corner, both Ray Hill and Cameron score, and Salisbury feeling pretty good with a 7-2 lead in the game.
The 7th base hit, that's a big one. Bumps the lead to 5.
Adams with 3 RBIs today. Hyder and Campbell have 2 apiece, and they've done the offensive damage for Salisbury.
Here's Luke Waddell, number 9 hitter.
Adams has as many RBIs today as he'd had all season. This is only his 5th start, only his 11th game played. But big day for Zach Adams, the DH.
Beauty of the game, isn't it? You can look at numbers, and sometimes you just go on lefty-righty matchups, or sometimes it's just the gut feeling. And you plug in a guy, and they produce. One and one, Waddell. Upstairs, 2-1. That one misses. 3-1. Top of the order, and Hyder lurking on deck. Big bats behind Waddell, the number 9 hitter. A strike, count is full. That's ball 4. And because he spiked it down to third goes Adams. Well, that's a wild pitch to put runners at the corners instead of just first and second. Still one away, and Hyder the batter.
Right fielder number 19, Cam Hyder.
Hyder's 5th turn to the plate. Couple of runs driven in, couple of base hits.
The pinch runner at third, number 36, Joey Bowers.
Joey Bowers is, I think, running.
Yeah, you're right, Bill. Taking over at third base for Adams. Bowers a sophomore. If he comes home, then it's a 6-run lead for the Seagulls. Showing bunt. 2-0.
Comer came racing in from third. Bowers fouled him. Bowers has primarily been a pinch runner this year. He's scored 8 runs in 17 games. He's only had 8 at-bats.
Strike there, 2-1.
Hyder's had a big day. 2 for 4 with a driven in 2 runs, scored 1. Broke the tie with a 2-out single in the 5th.
Another strike. Hyder looked back. Either A, he thought it was outside the zone, or B, he thought he pulled the bat back in time. Either way, Sam Kaya said, nope, strike, 2-2. And foul back to the netting. 2 runs in here for the Seagulls in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 aboard with 1 down. And the count is full now. As Paulson drills that one into the dirt.
Yeah, nice play by Finger to save a run.
Another one of those will load the bases. Bring Campbell to the plate. Caster's behind him. Reaches out. Foul ball.
Hyder is senior from Laurel, Maryland. He handles the bat pretty well. Spoiled that pitch. And wasted that pitch. See the Salisbury dugouts alive. Getting greedy, want more runs.
Yeah, they do. Got to get one in play here first. A lot of foul balls provided by Cam Hyder. And the inning continues and the AB continues.
They started Waddell on that pitch. They had not in the previous 2 3-2 offerings. There he goes again.
Bobbled it short. Throw to first won't be in time. Another run scores. Paulson had to scoot out of the way. That ball had some giddy up on it. And Madsen was playing right there behind his pitcher, but watch him. Just ate him up.
We call it a hit.
Second baseman number 37.
So give Hyder another RBI on that hit as the runner scores from third. Waddell at second.
And this is going to end Paulson's day.
Yeah, it's 8-2 now. It'll be the 5th pitcher of the day for the Pointers. We'll step aside once again here in Cedar Rapids. 8-2 the score. Big, tall right-hander. We said that a few times. This is Nathan Kromenacher. He and his brother Caleb are on the roster. Caleb is the senior. Nate is the sophomore. From outside of Wisconsin Rapids is where they hail. Both those brothers. But this one, Nathan, coming on here with 2 aboard and only 1 down in a 3-run 8th inning already. Trying to get the last 2 outs.
Nate is on the year 2-0 with a 348 earned run average. This is his 13th appearance, his 12th out of the bullpen. He's got a save. In 20 2/3 innings, he's allowed 16 hits, 8 earned runs. He's walked 12, struck out 22. Opponents have hit 211 against Kromenacher, who will win you a lot of points in Scrabble.
Yeah, Kromenacher. I mean, look at that. Can I buy a vowel?
Gotta think he's got the longest name in the tournament.
Yeah. We'll do some research on that before we start tomorrow's session. Strike. Thrown to Patrick Campbell here. 7th man to bat for Salisbury here in the 8th inning. They've got their insurance runs and then some. Kromenacher. That one skips away, and the runners will dash away to second and third.
Waiting for a ruling. They call wild pitch?
Wild pitch.
Second of the inning by the relief staff of Stevens Point. And again, that's been their problem, getting from Schultz to Ferry, who's been their closer at the end. They don't want to use Sidney Ferry today, but
in the air, shallow center, Nelson makes the catch. Got a good arm, as you can see. A hose to the plate.
Obviously, Salisbury had Nelson well scouted because they
didn't move in it.
Waddell was told not to move.
Yeah.
Third base.
And a wise decision.
Yeah.
2 away. So finally got the second out here, and now
they're going to walk Castor.
Yeah, figured that was coming. So Castor gets the intentional free pass. Bases loaded with 2 outs. And the 9th Seagull to bat here is Rice.
The shortstop, number 6, Stephen Rice.
Rice singled and scored in the 6th inning. It's 1 for 4 today. Ball 1 low. To Rice.
Our staff is the best. Not only did they fly a drone, but Seamus Kreider, our producer, has already come up with the answer. Yes, there is a longer name in the tournament.
Come on, you're fooling. No, no, you're right. We're told our next game will reveal the answer. Nelson on the run makes the catch. Side retired. Oh, but the Seagulls, more damage done in the bottom of the 8th inning. They put up a 3 spot. Heading to the 9th inning, up by 6. Well, uphill battle here as we head to the 9th inning in this contest between Wisconsin-Stevens Point and Salisbury, defending champs, making their bid to advance in Pool A in defense of that title here in Cedar Rapids.
That's what Ashton Kutcher's hometown looks like from the air.
That's right, he's from here.
Yeah.
Atkins, that question answered. Now at 114 pitches, they're going to give him the baseball and see if he can close things out. He's got a 6-run cushion to do it. And Quinn Henwood at 0-2 will kick things off here in the top of the 9th inning.
Atkins has 2 complete games this year.
He's going to have to throw strikes, though, because the bullpen doing some soft tossing just as a little message like, okay, we'll let you start things off here, but any hiccups, we do not want them to lead to a big inning.
And I think Troy Braun, who's an old pitcher himself, got to know, can he bring Atkins back if they need him in a big game come Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday? That's his 117th pitch.
That helps, though. Strikes out Henwood, 1 away, 2 to go here in the 9th.
The catcher, number 18, Kyle Finger.
Again, in this format, the winner of Pool A, which is now Marietta and Salisbury, looks like they're going to be the only unbeaten teams after day 1, plays the winner of Pool B in a best-of-3 series to determine the champion, either Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, up next week.
Kyle Finger, the catcher, takes a strike.
Pool B competition starts about an hour. East Connecticut plays Baldwin Wallace. Well, they said 4:30, but it's usually about an hour after conclusion of this game. So Eastern Connecticut, Baldwin Wallace around 4-5, and LaGrange against Trinity to follow that they say at 7:45.
Set your timepieces according to Bill Brophy. He'll keep things running on schedule here. 2-1 to Finger.
I think we've learned, don't set your timepieces. What they tell you is going to happen here.
To second, Campbell's there, 2 away. Well, this has been an impressive outing by Atkins. Again, he gave up a run in the first inning, and then you wondered, boy, this guy's been here before, and he's been so good. Little nerves, a little shakiness. Well, he settled down after that. Gave up another run in the 6th inning, but that's been it, and threatening to go the distance here. While the offense, they sprang to life after tying it in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 3 more in the 8th. And they've given Atkins some breathing room to finish what he started. Here's Matson. Last chance for the Pointers. Bouncing ball to Rice at short. On the fly. Tag applied on the shoulder, and that's the game. And the Seagulls win it by the score of 8-2, Bill.
Well, Atkins was good when he had to be. I don't know if that's the best performance of the year by the D3 pitcher of the year, but he was good when he had to be. Left 7 guys in base for Stevens Point. Avoided the early start. Got clutch hitting from Cam Hyder, who had 2 RBIs. Patrick Campbell had 2 RBIs. And Zach Adams, who had 3 RBIs.
That'll do it. We'll clear the stadium, get ready for Game 3 here on day 1. For Bill Brophy and our entire crew here in Cedar Rapids, Bob Brainerd saying so long for now. Once again, the final score, Seagulls over the Pointers, 8-2. Game 3 coming your way next on NCAA.com.
Thank you for attending and for your support of NCAA.